what we noticed was some of the people, younger crew that we were with didn't necessarily have as much disposable income, or really they just didn't care. They didn't want to. And so what we decided is to curate trips for professional women who may have some extra disposable income but don't necessarily want to do the trip planning because, as a busy professional woman, let's say as a mother or, having a partner, like you don't necessarily have the time to put together a trip.
Hi, I'm Kim Tolson and I'm the traveling therapist. It's my passion to teach therapists how to navigate online private practices and multiple income streams so they can travel the world. I'm a digital nomad with a virtual insurance-based private therapy practice and a multi-six-figure coaching business. I'm obsessed with entrepreneurship and developing tools that can help therapists live an adventurous lifestyle. In this podcast, I will discuss my journey as a digital nomad. I'll chat with other traveling therapists and help you navigate the complexities of running an online insurance-based practice. I'm so glad to have you with me on this journey. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Traveling Therapist. I'm here with one of my friends and colleagues and a previous guest on The Traveling Therapist. She was on episode number 26. And Ruthie, I always butcher your last name. How do you say your last name? Ruthie?
Kalai.
Yeah,
don't worry about it. Everyone gets it wrong.
Yeah, so I wanted Ruthie to say it herself. So she was on episode 26 and talking about her first sort of like long trip working and traveling to Portugal. And it was super interesting. If you're interested in going there, go back and listen because she gives all these tips and tricks and recommendations. But anyway, that was was that almost a year ago?
I think so, yeah. Because I went in September of 21. So yeah, okay. It was a long time ago.
Okay. Yeah. So we did that. And then I just realized she's got a lot of cool traveling stuff going on. So I was like, Ruthie, please come back on this podcast and tell us what's happening. So can you just give a little update, like where you are now? And then let's get into this other really cool thing that you're doing.
Sure. Yeah. So Kim, thanks again for having me on. It's always so nice to see you and talk to you in real time. So I have continued with my traveling, although the last couple of months I have kind of been stationary because I bought a house and I got a dog. It's just been a little difficult to kind of get up and leave.
Yeah.
So, but I'm itching to go. So, so that's been a little tough, but basically I have continued doing the long travel trips. I did Prague this May into June. So I was in Prague for about a month, and then I was in Italy and I was in Israel for 2 weeks. Yeah. So I've continued the traveling. And continuing to see clients while traveling. So I've taken a little bit of a hiatus right now on the traveling, but I'm getting,
that's okay.
Getting
do it at your own pace.
Exactly.
So these trips you took last year, were they through that same club that you were doing, or was it
the Prague one?
Okay.
The Prague one was through the kind of digital nomads traveling group called, can I say the name?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Hacker Paradise.
Okay. That's right.
Hacker Paradise, which for those of you guys that aren't familiar with it, it is a company that kind of arranges month-long or sometimes 2-month-long trips for digital nomads. And they set you up with a co-working space and an Airbnb. And, it's not a tour, you can kind of do what you want. Everyone works typically during the day. And then there's like a built-in social component to it. So, while we're working, we can also do touristy stuff and,
so cool.
So the Prague one but the other stuff was just on my own.
That's awesome. And were you working the whole time, or did you take a little bit of time off?
I took a little bit of time off. Yeah, I took Israel. Nice. I took some time off because it's just the time difference was tough, and just I had a lot of family and friends to see there, so I just kind of gave myself a week off, which was really nice.
That's good. Yeah, I just got back from a cruise, and I was like, you know what? I'm just not even trying. It's just too stressful with the internet. I'm just blocking it. So I did that too. Yeah, I totally get that.
Sometimes you just have to take, last week was my birthday and I actually took the day off, which I never do. So I'm like, getting better with the boundaries thing. So
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. Something I continuously have to work on.
It's a struggle. It is. Yeah. So
So tell us where you are now, the thing that really caught my eye. And I'm just so like excited for you. Can you give them some information and just like tell us everything about this new endeavor you have going on?
yeah. So basically, so a lot of the trips that I do with kind of the other digital nomads, I tend to do it with my sister-in-law, who I'm very close with. She's kind of, she's an empty nester. Her girls are grown. She works remotely. She's a little bit older. She's in her mid 50s. But we both love to travel. We have the traveling bug, and we travel really well together. So we're always kind of planning these long trips together. And what we've noticed, I think, so some of the frustrations we had with these kind of digital nomad groups were we tend to be the oldest people in the group, and by a lot. Some of the things we like to do differently, right? So like we kind of wanted to be able to go, let's say, to a nice dinner or to see a show, like, get good seats at an opera or the ballet.
Yeah.
And what we noticed was some of the people, younger crew that we were with didn't necessarily have as much disposable income, or really they just didn't care. They didn't want to. And so what we decided is to curate trips for professional women who may have some extra disposable income but don't necessarily want to do the trip planning because, as a busy professional woman, let's say as a mother or, having a partner, like you don't necessarily have the time to put together a trip. So we decided to start a company called 1 Week Each Year. And basically the idea is to like give yourself 1 week each year to just go and travel and do something fun, because both of our lives have been so enriched by traveling. And so we wanted to kind of like help other professional women get the same experience. So that's kind of where it came about. Again, it came about out of just like frustration of not finding what we were looking for when we would do these trips. So we said, let's do it ourselves and let's, provide it for other women. And so that's where it started. We are planning our first trip. We haven't really. And so the destination for our first trip will be Venice in May.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Really
exciting. I'm like, can I go? No.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. So another reason, so some people have said, well, why spend an entire week in Venice? Like, why not do what some of these other tours, which is like hop to the different, air, like you spend 1 day in Venice and 1 day in Florence and et cetera, et cetera. What we like when we travel, we like to kind of just settle in one place and really get the feel of the place. Right. Yes. Because it's kind of exhausting to constantly pack up your hotel room and go to the next. I mean, right. Like it's just you're constantly living out of a suitcase. And so, but when you stay in one place and you give yourself time to like, check out the restaurants and the cafes and, you get a different feeling of a place. You really get to know the place. So that's why we're sticking, we're doing an entire week in one location so that, you really get the feel of what it's like to be there for a period of time.
I love that so much. I mean, just even that cruise I was on, it's like every day you're at a port, it's like off the boat, do an excursion, see the town for like, 3 hours, get back on the boat before it leaves at 2:30 or whatever, it's like exhausting.
Right.
And I've done the bus tours too, like with my mom, like all over Italy and Portugal, where it's literally this huge bus and you pack up every day. And like you said, you go to a different town. But I love this concept. I really do.
Yeah.
And, it's different than the hacker's paradise or whatever, because right after we did that episode, of course, I'm like stalking their website. I'm like, oh my gosh, this sounds so cool. But then I'm thinking the same thing as you. It's like these kids, us, they're kids. They probably party till like 3 a.m. and they sleep till noon and they don't care about, so it's a good social scene, but it's not exactly for people in our age range. And I thought at the time, like, where's the thing for us,
Mhm.
So that was part of my allure, I guess, when I saw you posting or when we were chatting about it. I was like, this is perfect. And you
Yeah.
get and staying in one place like that, just
Yeah.
kind of living there. I
Yeah.
love that so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's exactly what happened, right? And again, not knocking 20 and 30-year-olds who
of
want to party all
course.
night. I did it. But,
Do
but
too.
it's true. It's like and so we just kind of never got into that. And so yeah, so that's exactly it. And we also kind of wanted to offer a little bit more of an upscale experience. So like
Mm-hmm.
our
Nice.
hotel rooms, our hotels are all like 4-star hotels in Venice. Another
Nice.
thing that we decided to do, which also came out of what we wanted, was all of the hotel rooms are single occupancy, not for an extra
Nice.
cost. So a lot of these tours, if you want your own room, you have to pay a lot extra, which always
Yep.
frustrated me because I don't like to share a room with somebody I don't know, but I also don't
Yeah.
want to pay an extra $1,000 for that. So all of the hotel rooms that people will get are single occupancy. Now, if you're going with a
Amazing.
friend and you want to share a room, that's not a problem either. But that was kind of like we wanted to make sure that people would get their own hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I can't remember when I was like looking through, is it basically just traveling and social, and which is awesome. I don't mean just, but or
Mhm.
is there like a retreat component? I can't remember if there was a retreat component to it or not
There
that you guys were
is.
doing.
There's a retreat
Okay.
component in that there'll be a couple of workshops,
Oh, nice.
so there's a couple of reasons why we're doing that. Number one, because the real goal is to help women give themselves like this, 1 week each year to just like go and have a trip and have fun and leave it all behind. So
Nice.
there'll be 3 workshops. We're still kind of ironing out exactly what they'll be, but one will
Hmm.
be on a stress management, burnout prevention, hosted by yours
Nice.
truly. And another one will be on just like goal setting, kind of how
Yeah.
you want to, what you want to change, whether it's professionally or personally, and how you can implement that when you come home. Like, what are some steps that you can take? And the reason also that we're doing these workshops is we are so that people can have an opportunity to kind of write off some of the trip as a business expense. So
Ooh,
that's another kind
nice.
of like one thing that we're teaching people is like, hey, let us help you kind of write off part of this trip as a business, as a professional development expense, which it will be,
Oh,
because there will
yeah.
be that component to it. The other thing, because these are women, professional women who work, we've allotted time in each day to kind of like if you have to answer some work emails, you can. If you have to FaceTime with your kids, you can. Right. So
Nice.
because again, we're going based on what we've needed traveling. And even though, yeah, you're on vacation, like the reality is like there may need to be a work email that you need to get to return. And
Yeah.
so all of the hotel rooms we've insured have really great Wi-Fi and
Nice.
Wi-Fi throughout the hotel and in the rooms, so that you have like the time each day. You're not going to be missing out on something really amazing because you have to go answer a work email.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're
So
excited.
have you guys picked the like events in Venice, or is it
Mhm.
just kind of like a pick your own, like here's a menu kind of like how does that work with the excursions and stuff?
We've picked the events. So we're working with a
Okay.
local tour guide there who is absolutely
Nice.
adorable. He's a sweetheart, true, like adorable Italian guy. So we were in Venice last May, and that was another reason why we picked Venice, was because we said, God, wouldn't it be great to just spend a month here? And we will be.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, we're doing kind of the obligatory Venice excursions, like a gondola ride, and there's the Murano glass blowing
Oh
island
yeah.
it's like an island hopping. There's like one Murano for glass blowing and Burano for lace making. St.
Oh,
Mark's Cathedral, and there'll be a lot of food and wine events,
of
because
course,
again,
has to be.
right, we're big eaters and drinkers. And so
Yeah.
there'll be, a cocktail, a couple of cocktail hours, a couple of dinners that are included in the price. We're doing a food tour. We're
Oh,
doing a sunset
fun.
cruise that has Prosecco. So when we were there
Nice.
last year, we went to this amazing Vivaldi concert in this beautiful cathedral. And so we'll be doing that. During that time of year, there is what's called the Biennale, which is the Venice Art Festival. And so we'll be including tickets to that experience, which we went last year.
Wow.
Incredible. So yeah. So
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's gonna be, so there's 3 different weeks that we're doing. So
gotcha.
yeah, so
okay. I was wondering when you said a month. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll be there for a month, but there'll be 3 different weeks starting from May 6th. So there's a start date of May 6th, May 13th, or May 20th.
Oh my gosh.
Depending on when people's availability and stuff. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm so excited for you. That's so awesome.
Also we're going to be doing like a Facebook group for people, like for, pre-planning, kind of get to know each other type thing. And then afterwards, as a way to stay, kind of like keep in touch with each other.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. So, me, right, as a multi-passionate entrepreneur, right? My wheels are turning. I'm like, this is so exciting because it's probably another income stream for you, but you figured out how to incorporate travel into another income stream. So can we talk about that a little bit? Like, what has the process been like to create this? And, how are you navigating your clients? Just all of that stuff. Like, how are you going to manage all those pieces, especially if you're going to be, in Venice for a month and working three weeks out of that month? Like, how are you handling all that stuff?
Yeah. So it's definitely a juggling thing. So it's been a lot more work than I realized. I mean, I've never done, and as I'm sure like any kind of side income thing is like, there's so much planning that goes into it that you don't even realize.
Yeah.
Luckily, Mary, the woman I'm doing this with, my sister-in-law, she's really done so much of the work. She's a lawyer, so she's able to kind of like do all the legal stuff.
Hey everyone, I wanted to break in here real quick and let you know about a company called Alma. As you may know, I have a variety of resources available to therapists who want to bill insurance in their private practice. I have a comprehensive membership to teach you how to bill on your own, but I also refer mental health practitioners to companies like Alma who can do your billing for you if you don't want to hire billers or do it on your own. If this sounds like the kind of support you need in your insurance-based private practice, consider joining Alma. Get the tools and support you need to manage and grow your private practice, accept insurances, and focus on what matters most, delivering high-quality care to your clients. I've shared my personal referral link in the show notes of this episode if you want to schedule an appointment and check them out.
So the idea is I will definitely continue to see clients while I'm doing this. What I've done whenever I've kind of left for a month and there's a time difference is I tell people, way ahead of time, during this month, my availability is limited. These are the times I'm available. And about, a month before I'll leave, we plan the schedule for those 4 weeks that I'm gone, So,
nice. Okay.
And so I will do that while I'm in Venice, but when I'm not seeing clients, like for example, because of the time difference, I usually see clients from about 1 p.m. till about 5 or 6 p.m. Right. Therefore I will be doing kind of the trip stuff, the hours that I'm not seeing clients. So
nice.
like in the morning, let's say I'll be doing trip stuff.
Yeah.
And then Mary will kind of take the other shift. So when I'm doing work stuff where I'm seeing clients, she'll kind of like take the lead on the retreat stuff. So that's the goal. Now, the other reason, because we have a tour guide, it kind of frees up time for both of us to do our work because, he's going to be taking care of them. So it will be a little bit of juggling, moving parts. And I'm sure the first trip there'll be a lot of kinks to iron out, but that's how I plan on doing it. And so, like I said, my clients have been through this with me before. They know some of them don't love it. And I understand that because it's change for them. And,
Mhm.
they like their regular time slot, but for the most part, everyone's been super flexible. I don't do it very often, so they understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everyone's been really understanding in terms of like when I have to do this. So I'll just do it again.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that piece about having the tour guide in there so you can
Yeah.
get a break. Because I was thinking, gosh, that feels like a lot, like running
Yeah.
this all day and then having to see clients. And
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. That's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
yeah, that's the goal.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be a lot. But that's kind of the plan. Yeah.
I love it.
We have a third person also involved. She's kind of more of a silent person, but she'll
Mhm.
be there too to kind of help with the trip
Oh,
navigating
nice.
and stuff also. So she's kind of like the business numbers side of things where she helped us figure out, again, like, as you want
Yeah.
some profit, right? Like, obviously we're
Yes.
not expecting
Right.
a huge profit margin, but you have to, like, when you think of a price for something, like, as I'm sure when you think of a price for your courses, you
Mhm.
have to decide, like, okay, what's a fair price, and how am I, like, what profit will I make? So she's done kind of the
Absolutely.
business piece, and me as a therapist, I'm always kind of like the cruise director type of
Yeah.
hostess. I like to entertain people. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's always
Oh, that's
my piece.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. So the fourth weekend, Venice, is that before or after? Like, are you gonna have like a whole week to chill, or I'm curious?
Yeah, I think we'll need it. We'll have a few days. So I think we're arriving kind of the end of April. So we'll have like
Oh,
4 or 5
okay.
days to chill, and then
Nice.
4 or 5 days afterwards to chill. And I think we're all going to be extending our trip just to go in
Oh,
other places in Italy. Because again,
wow.
like, if you're there, might as well just go see other places too. So I
Yeah.
think, like, and we might split up. Like, I have family in Tuscany that I would like to go visit. And so, yeah, but then that'll probably take some time off, because I think after
Yeah.
3 weeks of doing double duty, I think I'll need a little bit of a break.
I bet. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So you mentioned in the beginning that you just bought a house and got a dog.
Yeah.
So, like, what are you going to do with the house and the dog while you're over there?
That's a great
People always
question.
ask. You're like, I
I
have no
know.
idea.
I know. Well, so I haven't quite figured it out yet.
Okay.
I got a small dog because, since I do
Okay.
travel a lot, ideally I would like to take my dog with me, because
Ah.
he's portable,
Mhm.
but he's still a puppy. And so we're still working on kind of housebreaking, and we will see if how far I get by the time May rolls around.
Yeah.
If necessary, I do have my dog sitter, my dog walker
Nice.
could stay with him, or he could stay with her.
That's
And I
nice.
might do that. And if the dog walker stays in my house, she can kind of take care of the house, get the mail,
Awesome.
make sure everything's okay. So yeah, that's kind of the tough part with kind of having
Yeah.
a house and a dog and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
I'll work it out. I always figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, for
I mean, it would
sure.
be great if he could come with me, but I have a feeling
Yeah.
he might just need to kind of stay behind for this trip. So maybe
Mhm.
next year he
Yeah.
can start traveling with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. I
Yeah.
just wonder because people ask that all the time. Like, what do you do with your pets? And this is just a side note. You probably already know about this, Ruthie, but that trusted house sitters, have you heard of them
I
before?
have. I've never used them, but do
Yeah. I
they
don't
do
know.
pets?
Yeah. It's basically for pet sitting and it's free. Like, you don't have to pay them. They just want to live in your house while you're gone and they will take care of your pets and they've got like
Oh,
references. And so that might be
check
something
that
to look
out.
into.
I know
Yeah.
that I'm just writing it down.
Yeah.
I know that there's Rover, which is
Oh, I
kind
haven't
of
heard of
like
that
the
one.
Airbnb for animals, like, dog sitting,
Oh,
dog walking, doggy daycare, dog training. And so, yeah, you just kind of like, plug in your dates for what you need, and all the people
mhm.
pop up, and it has reviews and ratings and stuff like that. So,
Oh,
yeah.
nice. I
Yeah, but
haven't seen that one.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll check out the
I'll
house
check it
sitters
out.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of people
ideally,
have posted that.
I think it'd be great.
Okay.
He, I would like to keep him in his environment, just, for consistency. But like I said, I will figure it out. It's one of those things that I'm like, okay. So it was kind of a little unanticipated, the dog piece.
Oh, yeah.
This trip was planned before the dog came around. So,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
like, okay, I'll figure it out.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute though.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is it? Just this total like side note.
He's a total mutt. I have
Aw.
absolutely I rescued him. I have no idea what he is. My guess would be kind of like corgi, dachshund, Jack Russell
Aw.
thing. He's
Yeah.
got like giant ears and a little long body, and he's a real goofball, and he's very cute.
Oh, that's
So,
adorable.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So do you know, like, I don't know if you've researched it or not, but like taking animals over to Europe, like, do you know what the process is? Do you have to get them like quarantined, or how does
No,
that?
not for Italy. So I already looked, and I think it
nice.
depends on the country. I don't know if it's all of the EU that does this.
Okay.
Italy, you just need to show proof of rabies vaccine. That's
Wow.
it. And I think the hardest part is actually the airlines.
Yeah.
It's just,
How do you manage that?
so you have to, they have to be able to fit in a certain size carrier that can go under the seat. And
okay.
it's like they have to be able to stand up in the carrier and turn themselves around. And I know it's kind of a little ridiculous, but
Wow.
yeah. But no, with Italy, there's no restrictions, there's no quarantine. They're just
Oh
like,
my gosh.
rabies vaccine, welcome to the country type of thing.
That's cool.
Yeah. So most state kind of like websites will tell you what the
Okay.
restrictions are, what the requirements are for traveling with animals, like, or most countries.
Wow.
Like I think I just went to the Italian consulate website and Googled
Oh,
it.
easy.
It was super
Easy
easy.
enough.
Super
Yeah,
easy.
very
So,
cool.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
Yeah.
excited for
I'm
you for
excited
this. This is
too. I'm
like
excited too.
so fun.
Yeah. So, there's that business aspect of
Yeah.
marketing, which as therapists is never, well, it's not my strong suit. And
Yeah, mine either.
Facebook ads and Google ads, and trying to, kind of like sell these trips to people and kind of
Yes.
explain to people why they should want to come on our trip.
Mhm.
And, we've so far so good. We've already kind of started booking people for the trips.
Nice.
Yeah. So the numbers, we'd like to keep the numbers a little bit smaller, like no more than 10 people per trip, because just to kind of make it a little bit more of an intimate experience. And so, yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said,
Wow.
I love that. I love being able to kind of combine my love for travel and also making money off of it.
It's like amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can write off a lot of your travel. That's what I'm finding with the traveling therapist stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since I'm making money on the brand, I can write stuff off with it.
Yeah. I write off airfare. I write off the Airbnbs. Nice. Some Ubers I will, not all, but obviously not food and stuff like that. But yeah, but those are the biggest, those are the biggest expenses are the air and Airbnb. So
yeah. And what my accountant told me, if I like share a meal on my Instagram and like put the place or whatever, that is basically part of my business. Like, and you can write that off.
Interesting. So, that's awesome.
Yeah. Which I'm like, I don't remember, but I should really just post all my meals.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a great, I didn't know that.
That's what he said. But yeah, obviously anybody listening, check with your own accountant. Don't go by with what I say. Don't write off a whole year's worth of stuff and then find out you can't. But
we also want to help our guests also learn how to write stuff off too. Yes. Right. So that's part of this too. And
that's
which
amazing.
Obviously makes it a lot more of a incentive for people to come.
Yes.
So
yeah. So do you have other ones already planned, or is Venice the first one and you're just kind of
Venice is the first one, and we're going to see how it goes. I'm sure there will be a lot of learning from these trips, and I'm sure we'll have to really kind of like revamp things. We are open to just like, if this is a go, we'll definitely do other locations. I would love to do one in South America. That's, I would
Ooh,
place like
yes.
Colombia, Medellin is really, Cartagena. Those are all such beautiful places. Or I know a big digital nomad place is Oaxaca,
Yes.
so I'm actually going to be in Oaxaca in September. So it would be like a good chance to kind of check it out, see
Very cool.
what it would be like to do a trip there. But, again, like we also, the goal is to just help women give this to themselves, right? Like, I mean, as professional working women, and men too, but I know specific majority women, especially if you have a family or a significant other, like, it's just so easy to not do this for yourself, to not give yourself this experience. And so again, it's like the goal is to really help other people feel like what we've gained from these experiences, from these trips, is just like experience that too. And we're happy to do it for you because we know kind of like what we love, and like hopefully pass it on to other people too, so that they can have this really great experiance.
Oh my gosh. I love it. I'm so excited. And I just love that it's like in our age range, in the activities, and it's, because even these bus tours I would do with my mom, and you might get people in that age range too, but they were all like way older, what I mean? A lot of them, and because my schedule's so flexible, I could just go whenever, but mostly it's like retired, so I really like this vibe, and like the target like person you're marketing to,
exactly.
And it's not just therapists.
No, and that was the number one priority, was we wanted to do something for an older age range. Again, look, if anyone's allowed, right? There's no age requirement, but we really wanted to give something for women in their like 40s and 50s, because there just wasn't anything available. And more of us are becoming digital nomads, or, working remotely. And so there's more people that can take advantage of this. And, again, like, people's kids grow up and they move out of the house, or if you have a really supportive partner or help that you can, take a week off and go travel and something like that, and again, kind of like nicer things, nicer dinners, nicer, kind of hotels, things. So it's somewhat of a specific target audience, but we really felt like there just wasn't much available for that specific demographic.
Yes. And I love the idea of being able to travel with people that can like afford things. It's nice to be able to say, hey, let's go to this 5-star restaurant and drop $300 and just like love it, have a great bottle of wine, or
exactly. And obviously it's not like you do it every night, and some people can, we understand that. But again, if it's something that you enjoy, we enjoy doing that. Like again, so much of this trip is based on what we love. Like, I love to check out like a really nice restaurant wherever I go, and, pay that kind of money, and just to experience it, and to be able to say like, I went to this really great restaurant. And again, we were there last year, so we kind of had discovered a couple of like really cute, like there's this great waterfront bar that near one of the hotels. It's kind of in the secret garden. And the head waiter there was just this like really charming guy. And so that is definitely on our itinerary and in fact, that's one of the hotels that we're staying at. And
nice,
is because it has just this beautiful secret garden that's right on a river.
My gosh.
And you can just sit out there and have cocktails at night. It's lovely. So
oh my gosh, I'm gonna be looking for your pictures.
There will be. So I'm excited.
I'm excited too for you. I'm gonna have this on my radar too. You never know, I might just like pop into one of these. They sound wonderful.
You're welcome anytime. So, and hopefully it'll be the beginning of more trips, and we can do this more and more, and just keep doing it.
So how does anybody listening find you? How do they sign up if they want to? Where do they go?
So we have a website. It's 1 week each year, and the one is spelled out. So it's ONE week 1weekeachyear.com. We also have Facebook and Instagram, same name, 1 week each year. And, they can send us a message on either Facebook or Instagram. What we're trying to do is book calls with people before anybody can sign up, but we just like to talk to people first and kind of get an idea of who they are. We'll never deny somebody, but it's just kind of, again, it's about the people on the trip too. It's not just about selling trips. Like, we want it to be a great group. And so, but you can book a call on the website. We have like a calendar scheduling system too.
Yeah, I think that makes it a little more high end too, a little more exclusive. And, you get like an onboarding experience almost,
exactly.
Like get to meet the host, and we really want to know you and tailor this to what you want. And I really like that.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we ask people to, do a deposit that's refundable for 14 days if you change your mind. But so, that's, people feel free to reach out. Any questions? Like I said, we'll get back to you really quickly if you message on either Instagram or Facebook.
So cool.
Yeah. So join us.
Thanks for sharing. Yeah. So I'm going to have you back next year. We're going to talk about all the ones you did and how it went and what you learned. And so anybody listening that wants to do like retreats or whatever, can get some idea of how it was for you and all that too. I think that'd be really cool if you want to.
Yeah, definitely. So,
so excited. Thank you.
Thanks, Kim. It was really great talking to you as always. And I will speak soon.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening to the Traveling Therapist podcast. For show notes, links, and downloads, head over to thetravelingtherapist.com, where you'll be able to learn more about my journey, the courses I've created for you, and other exciting resources to make your dreams become a reality. If you've enjoyed this episode, please share with your traveling therapist friends, subscribe to the podcast, and if you love this episode, please leave a review.